What is up, YouTube? It's me, Brandon from Tattooing 101. And today we're in week 3, Back to Basics Shading Tattoo Series. In today's video, we're going to be going over dot work and stippling when it comes to shading your design. So I'm going to be going over all the techniques needed to be able to do stippling on your tattoo designs, because it is a style that's growing and more people are wanting to get it tattooed. And also, if you haven't checked out last week's video where I went over whip shading and pendulum shading, those are the two techniques that as soon as you learn how to do them along with line work, you could start making money as a tattoo artist right away. So if you would like to learn more about that, I will leave a link in the description of the video. So for today's dot work, I've chosen a geometric design. I'm going to be using a bug pin, or technically a 00 10 gauge 5 round liner. So the biggest thing you want to think about with your cartridges is you're using a small liner for this. You don't want big dots into the skin or it'll make it look really weird. So you want something that penetrates the skin easily. So normally I'll use a 5 round liner or a 3. For my machine, I'm using my Bishop wand shader, and I'm going to be running it super low. So I'm going to run it on a 5.5 volt. So for the inks that I'm using, I'm going to use 2 different ink caps. I'm going to use my straight black and also 3 drops of black and the rest distilled water. So for fake skins, it's a little bit differently. Fake skins, the ink goes into the skin really dark. So that's one thing you want to think about. You're limited to the tones that you could use on fake skin, but when it comes to an actual tattoo, if I was doing this, I'd probably set up my straight black, 8 drops, 6 drops, and 3 drops, and the rest distilled water. But for this, I'm just going to use 2 different ink caps. So as you can see here, this needle's nice and tiny, which will give a nice effect for the actual dot work. And you want to make sure you're running your voltage on low power so you can see the dots. If your voltage is up too high, it's just going to make perfect lines in the tattoo design and you'll lose that effect completely. Ideally, you want to use a rotary style machine because you want to have a little bit of give to your machine and not hit so hard. That's why I'm using the shader instead of the packer. So first I'm going to start out putting in some dark dots. So for the outline of this design, I'm going to go in and start out with my dark dots just to hold up the design. Once I'm done with that, I can start to move on and start filling in the area. So I'm going to work my way from the outside in and using the same technique that I do with pendulum shading. So for this stencil, I'm going to focus on the middle section right here. It'll be the easiest for you guys to be able to pick up and see. So I'll start out with the bottom section. I'm just going to go through. Biggest thing you want to think about when you're doing this is that you are confident knowing exactly where your needles are. So I'm letting mine hang out quite a bit, so I'm able to see exactly where my needles are at all times. I don't want to go through the tattoo and not be able to see where I'm putting in all these little dots, or it'll completely mess up the design. I won't be able to see anything and it'll just leave for a mess. So now I could go back. I'm using my 3 drops right now. So for this bottom section, I want it pretty dark, but you're still able to see that it was done with all dots. Now for this section, I want it a little bit lighter, so I'm going to turn my voltage down even more to 4.5. So the dots will be farther away from each other. You can see I'm doing a little bit of cross hatching here so not all the dots match up. And I could dip into my gray wash. So it's the exact same technique that I use for whip shading and pendulum shading. I'm just using a liner instead of a shader. So on an actual client, these areas would be really light because I'm using 3 drops. In fake skin, it's always going to show up darker. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you are practicing on fake skins with this style, that these will lighten up a lot on an actual client. Now, if you want an area that you want more saturated, all you have to do is slow down your hand speed, and it'll make more dots in this area and saturate it more. You could also do cross hatching to build up the tones. So I'm going this way the first time, and then the second time I'm going a different way, and that will also help saturate it more to where it'll be darker. So now we're going to go through, just get comfortable being able to understand exactly where your needles are in your cartridge. That's the biggest thing you want to focus on if you're first getting started with stipple shading, because if not, it's very easy to go over one of these lines, and on a geometric design, everything has to be perfect or it'll end up looking awkward. So you can see some areas I'm doing more of a whip shading motion. If I'm just starting out from a tip, I'm just going to whip it out. And then when I get to the middle to where I have a bigger section, I'm just pendulum shading, going back and forth to where my needle's going, starting up top, going in, and then lifting back out. And increasing my hand speed will have the dots further apart. And if I decrease my hand speed, they'll be closer together. The other thing with doing this style, it's going to require a lot of patience, as it takes time to really build up the tones, but it's also a good way to practice the techniques as well. By the time you're done with 1 or 2 of these tattoos, you'll be super confident in the way that you're going to have to move your machine back and forth to get into these areas. So now we'll work on this top section, and I'll leave you to finish off the design and practice on your own. So there you have it. As you can see, it leaves a really cool effect for the tattoos that you're doing them in stipple shading. And even though you're using little dots, you could see from dark to light just by how far away you're putting the dots into the skin. Now also remember, it's always going to be easier to do this style on actual human skin and not on fake skin, because you'll be able to see the different tones a whole lot easier on an actual human client. Like I said before, you just have to be patient when you're working with this style. It takes a really long time. And it's not something you could rush or you could accidentally go outside of a line and completely mess up the tattoo. But other than that, it's a perfect solid way to practice these techniques and be able to implement them in a new style that you'll be able to make money in. And for next week's week 4, I'm going to be using all of the techniques we've learned in the last 3 videos and implementing them into one specific design.